Good morning, everyone. Waking up this morning at a camp spot overlooking the Snake River in southern Idaho. Absolutely beautiful camp spots. I have some big plans for the day today. I'm going to be heading to a spot that I've wanted to go to for a very long time. It may very well be one of the most unique geological landscapes in the entire country. Check out this view of the Snake River. I didn't really realize this until yesterday, but apparently the Snake River is one of the largest rivers in the United States. It's over 1,000 miles long. I had no idea until I pulled up to this camp spot and just saw how massive this is. It's absolutely gorgeous. In this camping area, if you're willing to adventure a little bit and maybe have four-wheel drive and some extra ground clearance, you can actually find spots camped right on the banks of this river, right next to it. I chose my spot just because it's close to the main road and I want to get out of here in a couple of minutes this morning. The view from up here, though, is pretty nice. I'm okay with it. It is a little bit of a bummer when you pull up to a beautiful spot like this and find a bunch of trash everywhere that someone left behind. Doesn't happen to me that often, but occasionally I do find spots that are completely trash like that. This is beautiful public land. I mean, this is an incredible spot. I guess it is what it is. Let's get back on the road. So this is actually my first time in this part of the U.S. I have been to Idaho before, but really only the Coeur d'Alene area, like on the very northern tip. I've been through there a bunch of times, but I've never been anywhere else in Idaho. I've never been to Boise, anywhere. I'm not going to be going to Boise on this trip, but I am going to get to explore pretty much everywhere else. So looking forward to that over the next couple of days.
Keep left, then turn left.
Our main destination for the day today is Craters of the Moon National Monument. Craters of the Moon was established as a national monument in 1924 under President Calvin Coolidge to, quote, preserve the unusual and weird volcanic formations. There's really nothing else like this anywhere in the United States. We haven't even entered through the main entrance of the park yet, and I'm already in awe of this place. This is going to be an awesome day. This sign here is particularly interesting, and I don't really think we're going to get a better view of this throughout the rest of the day today. It shows that basically this whole line of buttes and cones and craters has formed over the last 15,000 years, and to the far left you have Crescent Butte, which is the oldest one, and you can tell because it's the smallest, it's eroded away over all that time. And then to the far right you have North Crater and Big Craters, the larger ones, which are the youngest. From what I can gather, the formation of this whole area is tied to the Yellowstone hotspot and then how that relates to the movement of the North American tectonic plate. It's kind of similar to like the Hawaiian Islands, where you have the larger islands that are closer to the active hotspot, and then you have the smaller ones that kind of trail away from it as you get further away from the big islands. At the moment, the Yellowstone hotspot is a lot closer to being underneath Yellowstone National Park, which is why it is such an active volcanic zone. But 15,000 years ago or so, it was probably a lot closer to where we are right now. This area is still volcanically active. It erupted as recently as 2,000 years ago, and geologists expect that it should erupt again at some point in the next 1,000 years. We're technically overdue for another eruption out here. Good. How are you doing today? That's awesome. All right.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much. So there are quite a few hikes throughout this national monument. They're all relatively short. So I think one of my goals for the day today is going to be to try to do all of them, at least all the major ones. This one is the longest. It's about 3.5 miles out and back, maybe a little more than that. But it goes through multiple different craters. And you get to hike across a lava flow, which is what I'm doing right now, and is definitely the first time that I've ever done anything like this in my life. You can actually see how the rock formed in the movement of the lava, like in the shape of the rock. It's so fascinating. It's also really interesting that certain plants and like sagebrush and certain shrubs can actually grow and survive in this. It's got to be one of the harshest environments on the planet, yet life still goes on. All the volcanic rock. It's beautiful. Look at how it like sparkles. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Incredible. Looks like something from outer space. Supposedly, the Apollo astronauts used this area for training prior to the lunar missions. Of course, when they got to the moon, they realized that it's considerably different than the moon's surface. The lunar craters are caused by meteors hitting the moon, whereas these are completely different. They're caused by volcanic activity. I was like over a mile into this hike. I hadn't seen any craters yet. I was beginning to wonder if they were even out here. I just pictured Neil Armstrong down there, bouncing around, getting ready to go to the moon. It's a pretty deep crater. I don't know the exact statistics, but I certainly wouldn't want to fall down there. Look at this lava flow. It just goes for miles in every direction. It's insane. Is this place even real? Like, how does this even exist? And the best part of it is there's no one else out here. I've had this entire hike to myself. The whole crater, everything all around here. There wasn't a soul in the parking lot. Which leads me to think that there's probably even better stuff to see. Everybody was just driving right by this and moving on to the next stuff. It's time to move on. Should I go in there? So that was the Inferno Cone Trail. What makes the Inferno Cone so unique is that there's absolutely no vegetation on the whole thing. And this here is the Spatter Cones Trail. This is such a cool spot. I mean, how many places do you get to climb inside a volcano? Look at that. Amazing. This sign here says these cones are some of the rarest volcanic features on the face of the earth. Isn't that crazy?
So I wonder if there's like is this just this, or is there an opening otherwise? That is crazy.
I don't know, I think it's just this. It's just another cone like that one.
That is so awesome.
I couldn't figure out why they called that the Snow Cone Trail, but it's because it has snow in it year-round. It's cold enough down there that the snow never melts. It's just a volcanic cone with a bunch of snow in it. So this short little hike goes across a lava flow. It's called the Blue Dragon lava flow, I just learned from one of the signs. Apparently, this lava flow flowed 18 miles from the spatter cones where we just were when they erupted 2,000 years ago. So it's a pretty large area. What we're going to are a couple of caves, but the caves are actually lava tubes. So a lava tube is when the top part of the lava flow hardens, but the bottom part still flows with lava, and then eventually that lava vacates and it creates almost like a cave structure. So this marks the end of the trail. It's the Indian Tunnel. It's 800 feet long, 30 feet tall, and 50 feet wide. You can actually walk all the way through, and it's pretty neat. You don't need lights or anything because there's a bunch of natural skylights that let light in. Let's check it out. What an amazing spot. There's no one else in here right now. It's so quiet. Am I ever going to get out of here? I think that's it. That is super cool. I didn't expect the secret back entrance to actually be a secret entrance. You can barely see the hole that I came out of from up here. I didn't even realize that there was a cave like that out here when I got here this morning. I mean, I knew that there were like little caves, but I didn't expect it to be massive like that. That thing just kept going and going. Really special. Apparently there's a couple of caves like that too. That's not the only one. They are closed though right now to protect bats. I didn't see any bats in there. Maybe they're in all the other ones. I don't know. I saw a lot of pigeons, but no bats. Temperature down there in that cave was so nice. come back up here and start melting, especially when you're standing on all this black rock like this. Well, this has been a wonderful day. I did almost every major hike. I missed one. I think it was like the Broken Top Loop or something like that. Looked kind of cool, but I do not have enough time left. It's almost 5:30 p.m. now, and I still have to drive about 2.5 hours to get to my next campsite. Looks like a really cool spot, but I'd like to get there before it's pitch black out. Make it a little bit easier to cook up dinner and everything like that. Truly magnificent national monument, though. Maybe one of my new favorites. It's hard to pick one. I really like them all, but this place has been something else. That was Mount Borah. It's the tallest point in Idaho at just over 12,660 feet or so. I thought it was especially stunning with the golden fields in front of it this time of day. It's golden hour right now. I thought it looked kind of cool. I'm getting very close to the campsite, got about 20 or 30 minutes or so, and hopefully I'll be able to pull in there with just a little bit of daylight left so I can make dinner. Beautiful camp spot to cap off a perfect day. Thank you guys so much for watching and for following along on this journey. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Be sure to check out the new Element Life membership site linked below. Becoming a member grants you access to many benefits, including an interactive map of my favorite free camping and stealth camping spots from across the country, featuring footage and information about each campsite, bonus videos every month, special discounts, and much more. Thanks again for watching.